Hi, today we are going to study about cyclotron. This particular device works on the mechanism of electric field and magnetic field. The electric field is going to give an acceleration and the magnetic field is going to give a circular motion to the nuclei. So what this cyclotron is used is for to study of the nuclei forces. So now if have you ever seen a child when he wants to study about a particular toy, what is inside and what is the mechanism inside the toy, what he does is actually breaks the toy, studies inside. Now here, coming on to this particular question is going to be for 5 marks in CBSE board exam if it comes. So you have to write all the points like introduction, principle, construction, and then working, the calculations, and then the limitations of the cyclotron and uses of the cyclotron. So one by one we'll go on every page and see what are the principles and introduction. So coming on to the introduction, cyclotron is a device to give high velocity and energy to positively charged particle. What it means is, in case I have an object and I want to break it, if I just drop it, it will not break. But if I throw it with a higher velocity and high energy, definitely it's going to break. So what we have to do in this device is we have to ensure that the nuclei is hammered with another nuclei with high velocity and energy. So this is the first introduction part. Then coming on to the principle, a charged particle in electric field is accelerated. So what happens is, when a particle is only in the electric field, it gets an acceleration. It does not rotate at that time, it just gets an acceleration. There's a force that applied on it, which is force is equal to charge into the electric field, and it just pushes and increases the speed of that nuclei. Moving charge in the magnetic field, whenever the charge is going to be moved in the magnetic field, it's going to make a circular motion. So these are the two principles that it works on. When it comes on to the construction of this particular device, what happens is, it consists of two small hollow metallic half cylinder D1 and D2 called the Ds. Now just to imagine what it is a D is like, I've picked up a casserole for you. So here we break this down. So if you can see, this is the first D and the other D, and we're going to separate it down with a little gap in them. So you can understand that it has thickness, it has a shape of a D, and it's going to be in a vacuum chamber, and the electric field is going to be in the horizontal direction for the electric field. And we're going to connect this further to an oscillator, which is going to switch over at times, a particular time that is going to be put up. It's from the positive plate to negative plate, from again back rotated, the positive will become negative and the negative will become positive. So as and when required. So the moment it reaches from D1 plate, it goes to the D2 plate. Again, the D2 plate has become, which was positive, and now it's from positive to negative and negative to positive. It has changed over. So we're going to see that into the working, but now presently on the construction part of it. So this is going to be, they are mounted inside a vacuum chamber between poles of the powerful electromagnet. The Ds are connected to the source of high frequency alternate voltage of a few kilowatts. So you can read out all these points, but these are the basic that you have to write for the CBSE 5-marker question. Now when it comes to the working, now what happens is, when the particle, I'm trying to explain and take little time here, what happens, this is a point where it's going to be generated. This is the D1 field and D2 field, and this is the magnetic field which is on the top and on the below. So the magnetic field, if you can understand, it is on the vertical direction, and the electric field is in the horizontal direction. And also this green D1 and D2 that you can see, these are hollow, and these have got a surface on the top. So as per the Gaussian law, all the charge is going to be collected on, and there will be no charge inside. So when there is no electric field inside, what happens, because there is no electric field here, there is only magnetic field. So magnetic field will definitely rotate the nuclei which is going to come here. So from here it is generated, and it gets an electric field push in this particular gap. From here it is pushed with force F is equal to QE, and it reaches on this side. Now when it reaches here, there is no electric field, magnetic field is going to rotate this and bring it to the again on the edge corner. The moment this reaches on the edge corner, the electric field in between here has already been oscillated and flipped. Again from this plate it's going to get a push to go on to this side. When it goes from here, it comes from the velocity 2 to 4. The acceleration, it becomes accelerated. The velocity becomes higher. The moment it reaches on the other side, again this phenomena keeps going on, and it in the magnetic field it rotates. So you can read all these points, and then from here we are going to push the particle out, and it's going to be hammered on the other particle and break it down. The moment it breaks it, it's going to open, and this is the main functioning and working of the cyclotron. There are few formulas which are going to be used here, formula for calculations. Now what happens when it's a circular motion? So it's the centripetal force in the magnetic field, so it's QVB. When we equate these two equations, mv square by r equals to qvb, we notice that bringing the r on one side of this equation and bringing we are going to cut v and v down, so we are going to have mv qb left over on the other side. So this is equation 1. We also know that v is equal to r omega, that is by this circular motion law. Velocity is equal to r into omega. So we are going to replace, if we replace this v by r omega, we come into m r omega by qb. Here omega, if you cut down r and r together and bring omega on one side, we come to know that omega equals to qb by m. In this formula, if we replace v, this v, and we bring it on this side, so this formula will become qrb by m. So for velocity, if you want to take out the formula from here, this is what we get. Then omega further can be, we also know that v is equal to r omega, so r omega equals to qrb by m, and here omega we also know is equal to 2 pi by t. So if we replace 2 pi by t just to see what is the time difference change, we come to know r 2 pi by t equals to qrb by m. And bringing t on one side, we get 2 pi m by qb. So I hope these equations are clear to you, and the ones which are marked in orange color are important equations. Then coming on to the kinetic energy. Kinetic energy formula is half mv square. If we replace this v with this formula, we get q square b square r square by 2m, and the frequency is inverse of the time period. So 2 pi m can be inversed by qb by 2 pi m. So we get the frequency also. Then we get the limitation of the cyclotron and also the uses of the cyclotron. We have talked about where exactly this is used. This is used for bombarding nuclei, study and resulting reactions. It is also reduced to study about different atomic reactors, how they're going to be, what are the radioactive isotopes, and what are the, it can be used for different treatments. So these are all the uses for it. There are few limitations, and there normally sometimes comes a question only for 1 or 2 markers saying that please tell us the limitation of cyclotron. So one of the limitation is that it cannot be worked on the electrons, and the reason for it is because it's less weight and the resonance is going to be dropped out. And for the neutron, being electrically neutral, cannot be accelerated. And this particular part, the Einstein theory, relativity of mass, it mentions that whatever the original mass is, what happens with increase in the velocity, the mass changes. If the mass will change, at high velocity the cyclotron frequency will decrease due to increase in mass. This will throw the particle out of resonance with the oscillating field. So oscillating field consequently, and the ions are not accelerated further. So what it means is, when the particle was supposed to reach here, at that time again the plate has to change its oscillation from positive to negative and negative to positive. So if it takes little longer time to reach here, at that time this plate might, if it was supposed to be say positive, it might become negative, or if it's negative, so it will become positive. So resonance is going to break. So then it's not going to work out. So that's one of the limitations. Now cyclotron seems to be very easy, understandable, but just to help you and get you a view of this, I'm putting up a video for you. It's a medical isotope cyclotron. If you look here, see this this is the real D-shaped cyclotron that is used in the real field. And these are the equipments and how technical and how difficult its complexity is, you can understand by these videos. Now, I was trying to explain you that it gets accelerated, and that's one D, the other D, and the magnetic plate, and it rotates, and from here we eject and bring it closer to the molecule and break them down. So here the velocity is increased, we bring them down and we can break the molecules. So I hope this video session is useful to you and you are able to get a few from this, and thank you.